Business was always plan B, and I decided that my cinema should be my passion
Right.
and my dal roti should be my business. And that's what kind of helped me earn my independence and get out of the whole trap of lobbies or having to sell your soul or suck up to somebody, because that's no great way to live here. I mean, at least not
Absolutely.
for me.
True.
Some people make a living out of it, but for me, that's no way to live.
Amazing. Also, now that we are talking about business, I want to understand the vision with Solitario. How did it come into being?
I met this really cool guy called Ricky Vasandani.
Yeah.
I met him at a function and loved his jewelry, loved his attitude, loved his style. I said, dude, you're cool, man. I like your jewelry. And he says, well, this is my company. It's called Solitario. We do lab grown diamond jewelry. I was like, what the hell is lab grown diamond jewelry?
Yeah.
Because it's pretty ahead of its time a couple of years ago, 2, 3 years ago. Nobody really knew about it. But it intrigued me. And about me, I've always stayed a student in life. I always like to learn about new things. I always like to understand. I think if you approach everything with humility, you learn a lot more. If you come in with a whole full vessel and say, I know everything about everything, then there's no space for new knowledge. And knowledge is just so beautiful. It's eternal and it's so much. So started asking Ricky about stuff. He told me. I said, I'm fascinated. I went and visited his factory in Pune. Then he visited me here in Mumbai. Then he visited me in Dubai. We sat, we discussed, and like I'd built other companies before, taken companies IPO successfully. So I started thinking, what's the vision board for this? How do we create a strategy?
Right.
And instead of having one store in Pune, how do we make this a India, proudly made in India, but global brand? How do we create a global company out of it? God's grace, we did a few things right and worked really hard, especially the core team along with Ricky. They worked day and night. And today we are in 7 countries, 23 cities, and by the grace of God, we'll go public next year. I'll be taking the company IPO.
Wow. But in terms of the pricing and all, it's something that a common man can afford, probably. A lab grown
Well,
diamond.
yes, it is very affordable in comparison with a natural diamond.
Yeah.
Why? Because a natural diamond, you have to be lucky to find where the diamond's going to be. Then you have to pay a lot of people to dig it out, unless you're exploiting poor children in Africa and making them do child labor. Either ways, you exploit that, you bring that stone out, then you cut, you polish, you put it in a vault, and you tell people there's only so many.
Right.
If you really want to own a diamond, you have to be in the topmost league of people who can afford writing a check of that value. So there's a lack of transparency. Here, you come and you tell me, I want a specific diamond. This is the size, this is the scope. I want this specific design made, or I want 100 of these little diamonds. It takes me 20, 22 days.
Okay.
Put it together in the factory and give you an output. Cut, polish, give you finest of craftsmanship, that export quality craftsmanship that Indians have always had. But this time on an Indian brand that is globally respected. So whether it's the Bahamas, whether it's Spain, whether the fact that we just opened in Kuala Lumpur with huge success in Cebu, which is one of the most high fashion curators of brands, whether it's in Dubai and Emaar, Dubai Hills Mall. So it's just gone global.